Hi guys, welcome to Transform Southend and my first video blog. I thought it'd be a good idea to answer all the questions from yesterday post I put on the wall. I think it'd be better because it's more interactive on video and I can give more information as well. So I'm hoping that I answer the questions the best I can. Well, I will be answering it as best I can, and it give you a lot of information. So Emma, say hi. Emma.
Hello.
Emma's gonna ask me the question, and I'll give you my best answer.
Okay.
Question number one.
So first question is from Bridget, and she asks, can we control our cravings for chocolate and for wine?
Can we control our cravings? Well, I don't know if you saw the documentary last night about the men what made us fat, and really emphasised the power of food and especially sugar, not only on the physical but also on the mental, emotional, from right down to a cellular level, how effective and addictive these foods, sugars and colourings and additives, preservatives are to our body. So it's not easy, but the first thing I would say is you've got to break that pattern, break the habit of, I think Brittany, you said you have it every day. If it's chocolate and wine, so it's become a habit. You need to break that habit. To do that, you've got to really think about if it's definitely something you want to do. Why do you want to stop drinking and eating chocolate every night? Obviously, there's a pleasure there from when you eat it, but maybe the pain of how you feel afterwards, or for feeling guilty that you've indulged, or you're indulging every day or every night. That are you willing to give up that initial pleasure? And also the pain you're going through. You've got to work that out. And if it's a case of yes, I definitely want to do this, then you've got to break that pattern, because it's going to take time. They say up to 30 days to break a pattern or a habit. So you really got to go cold turkey. You've got to come off it because it's so addictive. I'm not saying after 30 days you still won't have cravings, but if you've if you focused on the reason why you've stopped having this every night, broke that habit, then that will give you that emotion to keep on track and be disciplined, and maybe have it more as a treat than just a regular daily convenience or addiction you've got there. But it's not easy and it takes a lot of willpower, but I would get totally clear the reason why you want to stop it, focus on the why, and get the pleasure of, then sort the pleasure and pain over, the pleasure of not having it and feeling good, better about yourself. And obviously, if one of your goals is looking better or losing body fat, whatever it is, that you're giving it your best, and you can stick to just having it as a treat. I hope that answered that, but it's not easy and it's very addictive, and you just got to break that habit. Question number two.
Okay, it's from Charlotte, and Charlotte travels a lot, flying and staying in hotels, etc. What can she do to stay healthy and to stay fit with her lifestyle?
Again, another good question, and there's always, out in that big wide world, there's always going to be challenging times, or just makes it a lot harder to keep disciplined. And especially if you're traveling, if you're in hotels and you're flying a lot, it always comes back to what I always teach in the Ultimate Body Transformation is rule number one is plan and prepare. So I would actually take food with me on the plane. The food on the plane is not good at all. It's been radiated, microwaved, it's processed food, there's no nutrition in it. So I would definitely plan, I would take in a Tupperware box away, or cool box. So if you do it, whether a flight, if it's a long flight, you've got meals and snacks there to have through your flight. And when you're at a hotel, obviously always choose the healthier option. And I'm sure you know what's healthy and what isn't, and just focus on the plate, more protein, veggies, and then carbohydrates. Just be careful with the carbohydrates, and be very careful with low fat products and dressings, because they can add up, calories can add up, and a lot of them are just full of sugar. Also, I would suggest that if you know where you're going for work, if you're going away abroad, have a look online, local restaurants and shops or convenient places where you can get healthy options. It's all about body by design, and you have to put the effort and time into plan and preparation. That is key wherever you go. So there's no, you've looked at, there's no room for error, because if you're stuck and you've got nothing healthier option, your body after a while will just go into survival mode, and that is pretty much sugar. You become a hunter hunter-gatherer, and you'll just go out and just eat what tastes nice, and you'll go on your addictions or your cravings. So if the food's there, if the snacks are there, then you're going to be much more prepared. So that's all I can say is do a little bit of research, know in advance what you can eat at healthier options, if it's restaurants or just the convenience stores, and take food with you when you're flying.
Okay, next question is from Gary. What's the best thing to eat and drink in the mornings and evenings?
Well, you'll notice from a lot of my posts and when I speak, it does come very individual and everyone is different. However, you still got to get back to the basics. And for breakfast, we are designed to, in the morning, get some good quality protein, good fats, and the right carbohydrate definitely. So you definitely want to eat. And I think there's some posts earlier on in the week about alternate, breakfast options. For example, an omelette would be really good because you've got the protein and the fats from the whole egg, definitely free range organic, because the quality of the egg yolk is very important and that helps break down and for your body to absorb the egg white as well. But you've got the essential fatty acids from the egg yolk, the protein from the egg white. It has some veggies like tomatoes, onions, mushrooms maybe. If you do have a bit more calories from your breakfast, then you can have, for example, gluten-free porridge oats would be a great option as well, or separately. But I would add in some protein there, some nuts and seeds, some coconut milk, and if you're on the go, definitely a protein drink is an option, a healthy protein drink, which I've posted what my the best protein drinks I recommend, or shakes. Even just think of it as a food opportunity, so time to eat. I know we're conditioned to have breakfast, it's boxed cereal, but end of the day, your biochemical makeup internally is exactly the same as it was back when we were cavemen, our ancestors, and we're designed to eat what Mother Nature puts in front of us. So if you start, eating what we've been conditioned to, which is especially in the morning, like boxed cereal, is just processed sugar, and it's just going to have a massive negative effect. So definitely go for more meats or eggs, bacon even, as long as it's non-smoked. Fish, I know it sounds strange, fish, meat, I do have steak for breakfast. But healthy boxed cereals would be just ideally a gluten-free porridge oats, muesli is okay. Depending where you're at, if you're trying to lose body fat or lose weight, I would really come from a place of protein and good fats and some vegetables, opposed to someone who may be who's an athlete and wants to put on weight. Then I'll suggest having still protein and fats, but alongside that some kind of carbohydrate, starchy carbohydrate like gluten-free porridge oats. At night, again, that depends on the person, their activity. The whole myth about you shouldn't eat after 6 o'clock, well, it depends on that person. In an ideal world, we have our last meal about 7, 8 o'clock, about 2 hours before we go to bed. That's ideal. But it doesn't happen like that. We've got long hours, we've got artificial light, which stimulates the hormone system, which we could be up to 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Or we may have the only time to train is at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and afterwards I do totally recommend some kind of recovery meal or shake. I would always focus on protein and vegetables with a good amount of fats, if it's through olive oil, coconut oil, fish oils even. If that's cooking in, you can cook in the coconut oil, or you're going to get the fats from the good in the meats, for example, like steak. You'll get some saturated, if it's a healthy steak, i.e. Grass-fed, organic, you're going to get some good fats in that meat, saturated in that meat. But go veggies, okay? So above root would be better late at night, opposed to below veggies like carrots and parsnips. Just a little bit more starchy, a bit more calories, a bit more sugar there. I would stay away from definitely bread, obviously, but sweet potato, potato, or any extra starchy carbs I would have earlier in the day. It does come down to the person and how well your body does break down carbohydrates and if you deserve them. But after training you can get away with a lot more. Your body's like a sponge, you'll absorb a lot more in, and the nutrients, the calories from carbs, protein and fats will be used efficiently for recovery, rejuvenating. So ideally, in the real world, in an ideal world, 8 o'clock you eat, 2 hours before you go to bed at 10. 10 till 2 is your physical repair, and growth hormones, testosterone hormone, all hormones recovery, and then between 2 and 6 is psychogenic immune nervous system repair. So they're two phases of the sleep cycle which go alongside the sun and moon cycle. Okay, so it's very important that you work on the circadian rhythms of the body alongside with the earth, the sun and the moon. So I hope that answered that. Try meat with veggies late at night, protein drink even, and that's not set in stone, depends on the individual.